What's up, Blurry Gang? Back with another barber tutorial. Today we will be doing a mid fade with a curly man bun on top, and we're going to be skipping the half guard and the 1.5 guard and only be using the number 1 guard. Right now is the terminology I'm going to be using throughout the video. Refer back if you ever get confused, and let's get started. Alright, so now I'm going to slap my 1 guard on, and we're going to set the base to our fade right now, and we're going to do that with a 1 open. But while I have my 1 guard on, I'm just going to blend into the beard real quick. So you want to create that bowl shape around his head, keep the crown area dark, and what keeping that bulk is going to do is it's going to add another dimension to our fade. Alright, so after setting our base, we're going to set our first guideline, and we're going to do this with no guard open. And with this, you really want to get that C stroke down, and make sure that you're flicking out at the top so you don't leave a hard line, because we are skipping the half guard and the 1.5 guard, so it's all wrist motion, guys. It's all wrist motion. Alright, so now that we set that soft guideline, we're going to put our 1 guard back on and take it through the motions. Okay, now that we're done with the 1 guard, we're gonna take out our clipper over comb technique and get rid of that bulk. So when you get rid of bulk doing clipper over comb, it's side to side or horizontally. And when we're blending, we're going up and down, so vertical, as I'm doing now. After we're done with our clipper over comb, I'm just going to slap that 1 guard back on and do some touch-up work and take it through the motions. Alright, so now for the hardest part of this entire fade. We're going to take in no guard with the motions. So what we're going to do here is we're going to work with the clipper open, and then we're going to slowly close it until the bottom of our fade is a true 0. So with this technique, number 1, always use your corners. I can't stress that enough. And number 2, know your haircut, know what length is where on your haircut, on your canvas, so you know not to raise it, go past it, and so on. Moving on to the other side, we're just going to repeat the exact same steps. So now I got the 1 guard on and we're taking it through the motions. going to use my clipper over comb technique to debulk and blend. After we're done with that, we're going to slap on our one guard and do some touch-up work, take it through the motions. After done with the one guard, we're going to go through the motions no guard. So from open, and we're going to slowly close the lever and make sure our clipper strokes get tighter as we slowly blend it down to true zero. Alright, now I got my one guard back on, and we're just doing some touch-up work, taking it through the motions. Here I got that clipper closed, and I'm making sure that the bottom of my fade is a true 000 clipper closed. Now that we've completed our blend, we're just gonna bald out the bottom with our hitters and just finish off and polish up that fade. I will not be using my faux shavers on this particular client because his skin will bump up. He's got real curly hair and it'll come out as ingrowns, and he would rather not want to deal with that. So right now I'm just blending out that last line in his beard, blending it into that bald fade, and I'm doing some touch-up work. Same thing on this side, just blend that beard in. Alright, so now that all my fade action is complete, we're going to move on to his lineup. I'm just brushing the hair down with the trimmer off, so it's laying those hairs down, and I'm going in, I'm setting that line, and I know exactly like what I'm about to put in. That way I have a sense of direction. I'm not just going into the lineup and hoping for the best. That's how you start pushing people back. And you can see it's very precise. I'm hitting that same spot every time. And what that does is every hit just gets rid of a small hair or whatever it is, and you get the crispiest line possible. Now that we're done putting that line in with the trimmers, I'm just gonna take out my straight blade and we're gonna really make those lines pop out. My client only likes his boxes being lined up, not his full hairline, and he also likes the bottom of his beard natural and just line up on the top. When it comes to hair, man, the client is always right. It doesn't matter if he wants to keep hair on the back of his head and fade everything else, it doesn't matter. It's whatever the client wants. Because at the end of the day, this is the guy who's gonna keep coming back and keep supporting you. So keep your clients happy, yo. Do whatever it takes. Some freehand action right here. Get rid of those flyaways. Alright, so here's my man before the haircut and after. Got him really looking like Russ if Russ had a fade. And we didn't have to use the half guard or the 1.5 guard. Thanks for rocking with me. Blurry out.